So we can have a quick drink. It says we're live, but we're not
we
quite.
We can drink on camera.
We can drink if we want to. Yeah, we can definitely drink on camera. So we'll give it like a 5, 4, 3, 2, maybe 1. Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Cheers, my dears.
Good
Salud.
Friday.
Happy Good Friday.
Yes.
Welcome back to the Ribbon Candy Hooking Channel. Happy Friday. You made it, and your reward is right here. Michele Micarelli. This is
jazz
our big...
jazz hands, everybody.
This is our big night. You can't imagine how many people wrote and said they could not wait to see you.
I'm shocked.
She's a showstopper.
I can't imagine why you'd like to see me.
Oh, because you're a legend. So let's see who's here. We always check in and see who's here first. And you know, because we have such a legendary rug hooker here tonight, and I know that's why many of you are tuned in, I just want to remind you, like, subscribe, and all of that. I really appreciate the number of emails we got that said, I cannot wait for Friday night because I'd be with Michele, and I know you have a lot of questions. So make sure that as we go along, that you participate in the comments, and if you have a question for Michele, just write it. And if we can't get to it at that moment, we'll get to it a few minutes later.
Yes, or tomorrow.
Yeah, sooner or later. Hopefully sooner.
Okay.
So good morning. Oh my gosh, it's not coffee time. Guten Tag. Anita is in Canada. She's logged on. Deanna Michele Cocktail. Yahoo! And one of the rules is if they say cheers, we have to take a sip. So that could be problematic. Cindy, good morning, good afternoon from Arizona. Happy Friday. Kira, happy Friday. How are you? She did it.
I see a lot of familiar names.
Do you?
Yes.
Oh, how nice is that? Cheers, Kira. Cheers, my dears.
Gay, hello from Vermont.
Mm-hmm. Yep. How funny. Kira, Mom. That's my mom right there. Helen David.
Hi, Mom.
So much inspiration. Hey, Mom. Happy Friday. See you tomorrow. Jay is on. Hey,
Hi,
Jay.
Jay.
Thank you. We're going to have a great show. Chrissy.
Sell the antiques, Jay.
That's right. Get going. He's got an auction ended, or it just ended, I think. Chrissy. She did it. We have to do Cheers, my dears again.
Salud.
I hope we're at salud. I hope we're not going to be under the table in a second.
Oh, wait. I'll pretend to sip.
Oh, man. It's a big drink. Don't do that. Chrissy, happy Friday. Robin, happy Friday. Robin is in Wisconsin. Cheers. Cheers, my dears. She shows the red wine glass.
Oh, dear.
Mm-hmm.
I might be in trouble soon.
I think we might be in trouble. We'll take it easy.
Yeah.
Catherine in Idaho. Do you know Catherine? She is so good. I think, Catherine, you're Midwest at the Guild. Is that right? She's so good. So good. Betty is in Canada. Good evening to you too, Betty.
What's Betty's last name?
Calvert.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kaz is on. Good evening. You're excited about the program tonight? Oh, I'm so glad. Good to see you, Kaz.
I see Sheila.
Sheila.
Donna.
Benton City. Yep.
Kristen Gay.
There you go. Hey, Jennifer. How are you? Happy Friday. This is Carol Pellet. Cheers. Oh, maybe I should be saying last names.
Who's the Wool Diva?
Who's the Wool Diva?
I know who that is.
That's Joan, I think.
Oh.
Maybe I'm wrong. Is that Joan? Am I screwing it up now?
Hey, Wool Diva, tell us your real name.
There you go. All right. Cynthia is on. Happy cocktail night to you too. Patricia, happy cocktail night. Everyone's, you can read it, right? And Linda is on in New Jersey. Special cocktail time. Cheers, my dears.
Salud.
Salud. Oh, Jane is on. Hi from Wisconsin. There's at least 3 people on from Wisconsin. That's crazy. It's a big
they're
state,
my
though.
girls.
Are they?
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, Martha is on. She's in Ontario. Hey, Martha, I just sent your stuff out. You see us. Good.
Hampton House, is that Jay?
That's Jay.
Oh, hi.
Jill is on in Virginia.
Yeah.
Formerly California and Wisconsin. Caprice, good to see you, Caprice. Kira, Linda H. in Massachusetts. Happy cocktail night.
Yeah.
Rita, it's Rita.
Oh.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, got it.
Hammock.
Oh,
Yep.
Rita
I'm
Hammock.
sure you know her.
Yes.
There
She's
you
a
go.
regular.
Yep.
At the MicheleMicarelli.com.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Patricia is on in Florida.
Beth Fisher. We've been doing a lot of back and forth.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Karen, cheers. Cheers, my dears. Happy Friday. Elaine is saying hi from North Texas. Cindy is looking forward to learning from such an expert.
Well, I don't know. Learning, I think this is going to be,
Social. Pretty social.
Silly time.
It has potential to be silly time.
So should we do something?
Let's do something. Let's finish saying Lily's on. Now Lily's been asking about you for days.
Okay.
So you have to say hi to Lily because she loves you.
Oh yes, I know.
Yeah?
She needs a few more vowels.
She needs a few. J.K. Cantler. Jody in Maryland. Beth, Jennifer. Good. Hello, Jennifer.
Jill.
Carrick, yep.
Yeah.
Yep, she's a good buddy. She is always on. And this is, when I first saw Slapper come up the first time, I thought, uh-oh, in a live feed, it has potential. But that's actually Dave, and he is in Toronto.
When you say hookers and slapper, yeah, not so good.
There's all kinds of connotation. But yeah, that's Dave. So that is great. Dave, good to see you. Anne is on. She did a class with you when you came to St. John, New Brunswick.
Oh, that was so magical.
Was it?
It was really fun, yes.
You love going up to Canada, huh?
I do.
You gave me a great itinerary once that involved going down these steps to this crazy beach. What was that?
That was Joggins in New Brunswick. Find fossils, see the museum, yeah.
Find fossils and see the museum.
Is that the rug good knees. Yeah. After rug hooking, yeah.
Is that near the museum, like the North American Rug Hooking Museum, or nowhere near there?
A couple hours away, 3 or 4 hours away. But we went to a fabulous restaurant called the Puffin. Ooh. That was right near Joggins.
And they don't serve puffin?
No, they don't serve puffin, but the proprietor of the restaurant said, I don't like to talk much, and then he talked through the whole meal.
You brought out the best in him. I hope. That sounds like a good place. So Amber, happy Friday. She's in Alberta too. Linda.
Oh, Alberta, I've been there. That's far.
Is it?
Yes, 3 planes away from me.
Oh man, that's a jog.
And on the last plane, I was the only person who was not a hunter. Everybody else was in camouflage.
What were they doing?
They were going up there to hunt.
Okay.
And I was going up there to hook.
Okay. Lots of deer and stuff, I guess, or
elk.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yetis.
Whatever is up. Yeah,
Yeti puffins.
I don't know. Maybe she could tell us.
Yeah, that's neat. I don't think I've ever been to Alberta.
Everything was frozen.
Oh man.
The river was frozen.
You're making it sound so great.
Oh, it was very gray, but the rug hookers were the most creative group I've ever been with.
That's a nice.
And I said to them, why do you have this in the middle of winter? And they said, so that we don't shoot each other.
Well, that's a good reason. I mean, it's a preventative reason.
Yes.
But good enough. Yeah. Oh man, I got to get up there. All right. So Michelle is saying hi. She's in Ontario. Mary Ramsey in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Hi, Mary.
And hey, Naomi. We saw Naomi yesterday in Naugatuck. Great to see you, Leslie. Looking forward to your class in May. She's doing a class with you in May. Oh, that'll be nice.
So that's a Zoom class in Pennsylvania, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, how neat is that? Robin is on in Ottawa. Happy Friday, Robin. Carol is on. Hey, Carol from Mass. Happy Friday. Joy is on in Florida. Happy Friday, everybody. Paulette is on. She's in Michigan. Rick is on from Chile, Maine. I bet, because it's freezing here again.
Oh, yeah.
It's absolutely crazy. I thought we were at the summer thing. I actually bought a bathing suit, and now it's freezing again. Paulette, Rick, Christine, Giro, Annapolis, Maryland. Hello,
Let's show
Christine.
a rug. I don't want to do this.
Let's show a rug. You're done with this.
Okay.
Hey, Ralda.
Just show the top one.
Yeah. So you're going to start showing a rug. Let's see what you're going to show.
And go right behind us, between us.
I'll help you. That's really
Yeah, you
pretty.
could just do it up and down.
Yeah, let me help you. That's a biggie.
And I'll tell a little brief story.
Yeah. Here we go. Let me get it on this end.
So this is just what I would call a simple geometric rug. It's 2-inch squares. I have the pattern if you want it, but just draw 2-inch squares on your linen. A student of mine did this, and he wanted gray, beige, brown, taupe. I wanted to cry. I said, you could do this kind of colorful. He said, no, my wife likes maroon. And it just made me so sad. I had to hook this to prove it could be done in a colorful way.
Those are great colors.
Yeah, thank you.
Those are beautiful. You got a nice pattern.
And you could do it. Yeah, I did a herringbone, but you could do it any way you want.
Yeah, that is gorgeous.
And all you quilters know all the tricks. So,
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That is really pretty.
Yeah, beautiful.
You want to show another rug?
Sure.
All right, let me give you some help.
So show the other geometric rug.
This one right
here.
Oh, that's amazing.
So this is a klimt.
Right side out.
I call it a klimt mat. With you put the white part up, I think would
White
be
part
good.
up.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, so it's tall.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
So this is little segments of a Gustav Klimt takeoff on a geometric. Show these swirly things. Look, you could go wild. You could use every scrap of wool you have. The only thing you need a lot of are these two swirls here, the backgrounds for these. So you need some nice yardage for those, but everything else can be done with scraps. It's so much fun. I hooked this one. Other people hooked it and they made it much more beautiful than I did.
This is pretty beautiful.
I tried to make this look like a stained glass window.
Is this a pattern you sell?
Yeah, this is a pattern.
Okay, this is a beauty. So I just want to say all of, I put the link to Michelle's store in the description for this video.
Yeah, or, you know, I love to get phone calls, so you can phone me. So this is called the Klimt mat. It's 45 by 28. It's $145 on linen, which is the only way I sell my patterns, on linen.
You love the linen, huh?
Love the linen. I'm the importer of the linen.
You have the best linen.
I have the best linen,
And everybody,
let's face it. And,
I
the
buy
best
your
price.
linen.
And the best price.
You have a great price. Everybody who takes any of my patterns on linen remarks that it's really nice linen.
It's very easy on your hands.
What about this one? Too soon?
Too soon.
Yep. How about this one? Too soon?
No, we could show that one.
All right.
So recently the tarot card show ended. So I got my tarot card back. Loretta Senna and I were the curator of the show, and I hooked the Tower. The Tower is an interesting card. It looks like something horrible's going on. The tower's blowing up, it's on fire, there's a storm, there's lightning. It seems like the worst thing that can happen. But when bad things happen, it's a great chance, an opportunity to reinvent yourself and create something new. So it's actually considered a very positive card.
That's a beautiful pattern.
Thank you.
So did you do other tarot ones? Or this was the one that you did?
There was 23 tarot plus the back of the card, which the major arcana of the tarot.
Okay.
So I do have something for sale in conjunction with the tarot. It's the catalog for the show. Did you
So the
bring
tarot pattern is for sale?
No,
Okay.
there's no tarot
Oh,
pattern.
the thing with the show? Like the catalog that goes with the show?
Yeah.
Okay, save one of those for me because I'm going to get one of those.
Okay. They're $22. And they have every card in them. You can show one. Here's Wanda Kerr's card. Here's Wanda's butt.
Here's the Fool.
You have to say who hooked it. Diane Phillips.
Diane Phillips. Oh, is it on the back or the same side? Oh,
It's
yeah,
on the
it's
same.
on the opposite.
Here's Jennifer Laveau.
Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
So these are all for sale, and they have every one of the tarot cards in it, including the back cover. Here's Mary Doig from Canada.
Holy moly.
That's the sun.
Oh, this is nice. This is Liz Marino. The
Gorgeous.
Lovers. Isn't
The
that
Lovers,
gorgeous?
yes.
That really is so
And
pretty.
she's got those sepia tones down.
Man,
also,
she
yeah.
does. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Little pops of color, but man. This is Lynn Fowler.
Yes,
Chariot.
the
Chariot
Chariot.
7. Isn't that nice?
And here's the Hermit. Kind of a modern art take on it.
Oh, it has a bit of an Escher going.
Yes.
Or maybe a dolly.
Yes,
Huh.
beautiful.
That
and
is
that
gorgeous.
is Liz Albert Faye.
Now,
And
oh my gosh, is this the Hanged Man? Is that one? The Hanged Man,
Kathleen Herbert.
Ooh, look at that.
I see some of my wool in there. She wouldn't mind me saying that.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah.
He's not doing well, huh?
No.
That is, and the skulls and the fire on that one.
She
Look
always
at that.
puts headstones and.
Does she?
Yes.
Now, is death one of them? Because I've heard that the death card is actually not as bad as it sounds.
Yes, and it was done by a man, which is unusual.
Oh, here it is. Is this it? Doug Rankin.
Doug Rankin in Canada.
Oh, look at that. This is so cool.
And this is The Moon by Celeste Bissett. They're just fabulous.
They're fabulous.
And the printing is really nice.
And this, let me show yours closer up so they can see the whole picture at once.
Oh, thank you.
Sure. This one. This is my fave. Yeah. You got, if you, is this the amount of books that exist?
Yes.
Okay, so listen, I'm getting one.
I'm keeping
It's
one.
not infinite. If you're
And so
wanting a book.
There's only 7 left. So if you want one, let me know.
Scary. Yeah, definitely let her know, right? Because there's gonna be a stampede.
And there is one tarot card rug for sale. It's $100. I have not told anyone yet. You're the first to hear about it. And I will make a sizable donation to the North American Rug Hooking Museum if I sell it. So
Is it
right
a pattern?
on the top there, no, it's a hooked rug.
Really?
And the right on, no, this way, one more, there, yeah. The woman, she got the rug.
I was just looking at that one.
It's called The Devil, and she said that the worst thing she could think of when she started thinking of the devil is she started thinking of women being abused. So here you see an abused woman. She's got a chain on her, but the chain is broken, which means she could really leave any time. And she's also holding on to the man by his private parts. So it's obviously some mutual problem they're having. And she finished it, and she said it was so upsetting to her, she didn't want it back. So show the bottom of the rug where it says The Devil, because she did a beautiful job with the print.
Yes,
and now show the tippity top of the rug. And tell me who hooked it. It's on the back.
It is Emily Robertson.
Emmy Robertson, so a very famous rug hooker. You'll never buy one of her rugs for $100. But
beautiful patterns in the back.
there it is. And she did a beautiful job hooking it, but a lousy subject, I'll say.
Well, it's going to speak to people, though.
To digest, yeah.
Yeah, it's a rough one, but it's going to speak to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is a stunning rug.
I think
graphically,
so.
I mean, it has a real 1930s feel to it. It is her hooking is beautiful on that rug.
She's a real expert.
But yeah, it's a bit of a rough one. Just the subject.
Yeah.
Still a gorgeous work of art. Now, how did that whole project come about?
Loretta Senna and I were taking a very long car trip, and she said, "What do you think of these group shows?" And I had been in the Deck of Cards show, and I had been in several other group shows, and she said, "Well, I want to do one." And I said, "Well, you know, no time like the present.
Right.
Let's make a list. Let's write some invitations.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want the subject to be?" And she's a tarot reader and very spiritual, and she said she wanted to do a tarot card deck. But a tarot card deck is humongous. I think there's between 50 and 60 cards. And a traveling show feels like too many rugs to travel. So she said, let's just do the major arcana, which are kind of the picture cards.
Oh.
So we just did the picture cards.
Beautiful.
And so we invited people and very quickly had a lot of takers, and it was a lot of fun, and it traveled all over the US and a couple of places in Canada, and it was a huge success, I thought, for everybody.
Oh man, it's so, it's so nice having something like these books, because it's like they're so finite. Once they're gone, like that circus thing, the thing with the circus cars that Green Mountain did. Mm-hmm. It's like good luck finding those, because there's not that many of them out there.
Yeah.
So these are just gorgeous. Now, did you want to do another rug, or do you want a question?
Well, yeah, does somebody have a question? If not, we can do another rug.
I have a question. Let's do like a little autobiographical stuff, just in case.
All right.
I'm not going to set you up for a bad one. So, everybody knows you as being such a renegade, right? I mean, when you know Michelle's work, you're certified, you're fine, you do the great shading, you do everything right, you're super precise and correct, and you could have spent a lifetime doing promo gowns with medallions, but you definitely didn't. You went crazy with mermaids and boobs, and there's a gorilla in the hall, and you went crazy.
I did.
So, was there ever a time when you did like commercial patterns, or did you just break off your chain from the start?
No, I definitely, for my first few rugs, hooked McGowan patterns. I was going to a McGowan teacher. I definitely only used swatches. I did as I was told. I was hooking with a lot of Jacobean colors, which are dull and dirty, and I love them, truly love them. And I don't know, one day my teacher, I know what happened. She decided she was going to go to New Zealand and visit her daughter. So I tried to buy enough supplies to last. She was going to be gone several months. But I quickly ran out of supplies, and I decided I better draw my own pattern. So I drew a beautiful pattern of a juggler, which is on my website. And the juggler was my husband, and he was juggling our hearts, his heart, my heart, and the hearts of my two children. And I did him like he was a medieval character. And I gave it to him for Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's perfect.
So in those days, people were not hooking people. And I didn't know that. But when my teacher got back from New Zealand, she said, well, that's it. You've gone beyond me. You're dyeing beautiful wool. You designed your own rug. It's time for you to become a teacher. So she sent me off like a schoolgirl to teacher's workshop. I didn't have any idea what that meant. And it's like a wonderful sorority of people supporting you in your teaching endeavor. And I just loved it. I met all the grand dames of hooking. Charlotte Price, Nancy Miller was there. There was at least 24 people, I would say, were the grand dames of rug hooking. And I was gobsmacked the whole time. And we were all reading Bridges of Madison County, so that's how long ago it was.
That's like the good association.
Yeah. And I had my first drink of B&B.
Bourbon
Brandy and Benedictine.
Ooh.
In Nancy Miller's room. And wherever you went up the hall, somebody was inviting you in. One couple of women were having pink ladies.
Ooh,
and another couple ladies were having grasshoppers.
Oh, I love grasshoppers.
So it was definitely, the evenings were a lot of fun. And we had two ladies who came around in their pajamas and told jokes. So I was hooked on teacher's workshop because I wanted to go back the next year for sure.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Did you bring the tequila?
No, I didn't know it was going to be a drink fest. So I just drank other people's booze.
Also great. Michelle loves the tequila. That's what we're having right now. A tequila
Silver
cocktail.
tequila
margarita. Oh,
giant.
Magnum size tequila. Well, that is nice. Didn't you do like a rug that had a very strong Jacobean theme? It was very long and skinny horizontally.
Yes.
Had scrolls and things in it.
It's on the trunk in there. It's the one with the two birds facing each other and all the scrolls. That's got a white background and a turquoise blue.
Yeah, you're all going to recognize this rug because this rug has been.
It's the one I use for my logo.
Okay. Oh, that's a good one. But I saw larger pictures of it in Rug Hooking magazine, and you see it all over the place. It's a really well-known rug.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a really well-known rug.
And I made it into pillows now, so you don't have to hook the giant runner.
Oh, the pattern into pillows.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant you cut
Just
it up.
with
I was
the
going to
birds.
say, oh my God.
Oh, no.
Yeah, oh, it's gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. The lights just dimmed. Don't we look pretty?
What does it mean? Where's the heron? Where's the heron?
I had a big heron in my yard today.
And it flapped in front of the window, right?
It did.
Like
It was like a pterodactyl.
Oh my God. And I was saying, what does that mean? And now the lights are going. I wonder if he's on the roof messing with the electrical wires.
Alicia, come back.
She's got it.
Turn the light up just a little bit. The light went dim on us. Oh, and we blew a light bulb. That's what was happening.
Good?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we look all sexy in the dark.
Yeah. Okay, here it is. This is called the Basque Fairy Tale. Maybe I'll move.
Oh, yeah, this is so good. We'll go like this.
It's got these beautiful scrolls and beautiful phoenix birds, medallions, more scrolls, more phoenix. There it goes.
It's like the Macy's Day Parade.
Pattern for sale. Also, the center medallions for sale, and I also have pillow size for sale.
And it's called the Basque Fairy Tale.
It is.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you why. Because around the time I was 40 years old, one of my cousins did one of those family tree heritage things before it was DNA. And I found out that my family, I knew they were from Spain, but then I found out they were from the Basque region of Spain. So I started to read Basque fairy tales because I'm not a real big reader. I wasn't going to read Basque history, but fairy tales I could take. And in one of the books, there were these beautiful book plates. And so I sort of, sniped that off of an antique book.
You were inspired by it.
Yes, very inspired
and
very touched.
Exactly, you have that cultural connection.
Yeah.
I mean, that's super
and
meaningful.
Then me and all my siblings had a big party, and we invited in a Basque chef, and we had a cooking party.
Was he a bastard?
He was a woman.
That was a sexist question in itself, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that must have been a fun night, huh?
Weekend. It was like 6 meals. We were all cooking. She was cooking. It was just great.
Oh,
I have
that
a great
is
family.
Great.
Yeah.
That is a great story. See, any little thing sets you into a great story. That's what's great about you.
Well, thank you. And I also want to talk about another story specifically about this rug. Mm-hmm. It was one of my first dye projects, and I had 11 colors mixed up on the counter, and I was about ready to dye something, and I called my teacher, and she wasn't available. So I called another McGowan teacher, and she said, "You can't use all those colors. It'll turn to mud. And anyway, I'm not supposed to be giving you advice. You're only supposed to get the advice from your own teacher." So then I called somebody who was a renegade, like me, Maggie McClay, who was a really expert dyer. And she dyed in her bathtub for a needlepoint company, hand-dyed yarns.
Oh, how pretty.
She was my Wonder Woman. And she and I would often do crazy things, like she'd get on the second floor story of her stairway and I'd be twisting cord and she said, "Oh, go ahead, try it. What have you got to lose?" And this rug was the result of that dyeing, where I didn't know the word for it, but I was kind of doing trans color, adding dye, and making this big long scroll. And I was very pleased.
It came out beautifully.
Yeah.
It came out so pretty. The colors are so soft and pretty. And they do have kind of like a European flavor.
Yeah, a little Jacobean, European.
Definitely
it belongs in a castle, which I don't have.
Well, you kind of do. Michelle has got the craziest built-in swimming pool. It's like an entire room on the back of the house.
Maybe we'll film out there next time.
Where we can try at the end, walking around with the thing and go and look at it in your studio and stuff.
Okay.
We're going to try it at the end just in case anything bad happens. Now, a few people are asking, do you have a book? No, I know the answer to that, but you need to have a book. You need to get writing.
So here's the story. I do not write. I talk. I love to story tell. So if I could tell stories all day and somebody transcribe it and turn it into a book, it could happen. But I am not writing a book.
Do you think Michelle Jr. is going to work on it?
No.
Ah, I thought she was going to work on it.
She's not.
All right, then we need to talk about that because that needs to happen.
All right.
Need, we talk so much on this show about how rug hooking history gets lost so easily, right? People die, their stories die with them. You once in a while you have somebody like Pearl McGowan who documents everything, but it's a moment in time. And then what about since Pearl McGowan? Rug Hooking Magazine does a good job of recording some rugs, some people, but it's not universal, is it? And you wonder about those people who slipped through the cracks, who are super talented and had a real vision and a real style. You have to catch as much of it as you can.
Okay, so I'm going to send Alicia out to the studio. Pa will help you get the Barely...
Yes, I was just going to say the same thing. We did a whole episode on Barely Hooked. It's a purple book with like metallic lines on the cover. We did a whole episode on this book.
On nudes? Really?
On that book.
Oh,
and I showed your pictures.
So that's another group show I was in, which was in Vermont. Ray Harrell was the curator. She had a gallery at the time. And we had another one of those most magical nights where she set up her gallery. We had a big opening party. We had live music. All our families came. It was just
sparkling
wonderful.
Lights.
Yeah. And it lasted for months, the show. It had a lot of visitors. And I have a wonderful, wonderful film. Each book comes with a
little CD.
A CD, which is a 8 or 9 minute.
But I think Ray has this on her website now.
She does. Go to what's her website called?
Oh, that's a good one. No, I think it's her name.
Okay.
I think it's Ray Harrell.
Look up Ray Harrell. She's got the CD on there. Here's the book. It's got a suede cover. It's really pretty. Of course, purple is the color of people who live in their head, creative people. And then the book has the entire show. This is Ray's mother hooked this.
Oh, that's really nice.
She's a very sexy, sensual woman. I know her personally. And every page, this is a real coffee table book. This is not a wordy book. This is all show time.
Yeah, and she does beautiful close-ups that are like props. You can really see the hooking.
That's some crazy modern art one. Let me look.
It's like Atlas, I think, with the world on the shoulders, maybe. Yeah, this is a great book.
So here's one of Ray's rugs, one of our favorites. This was also shown at Green Mountain.
Oh, that's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Has an Egyptian flavor to it.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a great book.
This is a great book. I only have a couple of these left. They're $50.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a picture. This is fun thing she did. All the eyes of all the nudes. All right, let's show my nudes because it's all about me, isn't it?
It is all about you. Let's show you. Are they rugs or your nudes in here?
My nudes in here.
Right. Is it going to say what page?
No, come on.
No. Yeah, you've got, but we've got at least one of them on this table too, right? We have to show the
we have the Mermaid.
Yeah. Is it the Mermaid? I thought you had the other one out there.
No, she's in the, no.
You don't have that one out there?
No, that's outside my bedroom for my husband to view. This is when I was a very chubby girl, but still very proud of myself. So that was my first semi-nude.
And what's this one called?
Afternoon Delight, of course.
I'm gonna grab my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna get some afternoon delight. You know the song, right? It's a very dirty song.
My mama always said,
when it's right, why wait until the middle of a cold dark night? When
everything's a little clearer in the light of day. All right, that's enough of that.
Is that enough? Is it enough?
Oh, please.
I remember one time I just said the word Gordon Lightfoot.
20 or 30
no,
people.
That was good. That was even a little bit of harmonizing. One time I said Gordon Lightfoot and we sang for like half an hour.
Oh my God. I love Gordon Lightfoot.
I know you do. We were singing the songs at this table, like we were a crazy drunk jukebox in the middle of the day.
And this is one of my favorites.
Oh, I love that one.
But
too.
my husband said, if you ever bring me to a Gordon Lightfoot concert again.
Really?
Yeah.
He didn't like the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Really?
He fell asleep.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah. Look at her.
Yeah.
This is called "It Is What It Is." How poignant is that?
That's really poignant.
Yeah. Good for you, girlfriend.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome sentiment. Yeah, this is a beautiful book. So you have some copies of it, but Ray still has some online.
Does she?
Oh, she does.
Good.
Because when I ran this episode,
here's my Mermaid.
She sold a ton. Should we get it in person too?
Yeah. Let's get the Mermaid.
Get the Mermaid.
The real rug.
All right, let's see.
Everything reminds me of another song.
What song now?
Ain't nothing like the real thing.
Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby.
Okay, here she comes.
Here we go.
Be sure to show the front, not the back.
Yep. All right. So
so this is Marina.
We'll start a little bit low.
The rug is called Guarding Marina.
And
because
jewels.
There's jewels here, yeah, and she's got a necklace on like I almost always do, and she's wearing my breasts. So she is in the ocean. She's a protector of the ocean. She's no Disney mermaid. She's a mighty mermaid and very involved with the ecology. I was raised near the water, and I feel a protective bent towards the ocean. And wrapped around my legs is my protector, Anthony the sea serpent. There he is. He's always with me. Very nice. And so I want to tell you something about this rug. When I drew this rug, I drew only the mermaid and the sea serpent, nothing else. So after I drew her, I hooked her, and then I said to her, Marina, where are you? And she said to me, I'm in a kelp forest. Ooh. So that's when I drew the kelp in. And I got this idea from my friend Eric Sandberg that maybe the light would be at the bottom of the rug. So a little higher, ladies, a little higher. The light is at the bottom of the rug instead of the top of the rug because she has a magical cave here. And she's deep, deep in the ocean. So all her power comes from below. And yeah, that's Marina.
She is gorgeous.
Thank you.
You know, I wish we could show close up, like
I know
this. Let me
just say this octopus right here. Can you see it? That's my son. And this snake around my arm right here. That's my daughter. Yeah. So I try to have a lot of symbolism in my rugs. And that's probably a good thing for you to think about when you're hooking a rug. It doesn't have to be too blatant or too obvious, but if you have 3 kids and you're designing a rug, maybe you want to do 3 tulips. Or if you had, 6 lovers in your life, maybe 6 tulips. I don't know.
That's a very sad thought.
Only apparently for some of us, miss.
Dear, oh dear. But you know what? These stories that you come out with like this is why there needs to be a book. I mean, absolutely there needs to be a book.
I need a transcriber.
All right. I can do it. You know I can do it. I got 2 books going, but your book would be amazing. Look, there's a ton more people on Learn to Die. So Judith, who I call Mohair, Learn to Die with Maggie McClay.
Oh, you learned to die with Maggie. Wasn't she the most magical thing you ever met in your life? She was such a little tiny spitfire, and she and I traveled so many places together. And the stuff we would talk about in the car would curl your hair. We were going to take over the world. Yeah, she was fabulous.
And what a nice person that she was able to help you when you needed help.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, yeah.
And break every rule. Oh, of course you could use 11 dies. Go ahead. Yeah.
And it came out great, which just goes to show sometimes there's too many rules.
Yes, too many rules. And my teacher was a rule follower. Her name was Jean Zook. And the other teacher I phoned was Joanne Barona. She's still a friend of mine and lives out west and does a special kind of writing for adults.
Okay, I think I know that. I think I know that kind. How fun. My mom says, keep those cocktails flowing. Let's see. That was amazing. Should we look at another rug?
Yes.
Let's look at another rug.
Yeah,
Let's get
what
some
do
more
we
stories.
have? My most recent rug, the Circus Rug.
Oh.
Alicia.
Oh, this is so good. Talk about family symbolism in this rug, right?
Yeah, so this rug was commissioned for a book. I believe it's called the Motherhood Project, but I can't swear to that. That might have been just the prototype name. So it's a circus poster. Right here is my daughter. She's on a tightrope, always. Mm-hmm. We're always worried about her. She apparently seems never to be worried. And she has her little dog with her on the tightrope. Way off in the distance are some ghosted circus tents, because this is supposed to look a little mysterious. This is my daughter-in-law here. She's juggling. Look how slim and fit she is. That's just the way she is. She's got 4 things she's juggling. 3 balls, her children, and a little lower, Thor's hammer. That's my son. He has a tattoo of Thor's hammer. He's a builder, like a contractor. So the hammer is significant and very difficult to juggle, and she would say that's true. This clown here is me, but of course she's no ordinary clown. She's got her antique clown costume on. She's got a scepter because she's the queen. Up a little higher, her foot is on the world, right there, and the world is Anthony.
Oh.
So my world is Anthony, but my foot is on him. Just saying. And these beautiful scrolls are all done with swatches, because a friend of mine passed away, and I got a big load of wool and a lot of green swatches. So I was just planning this rug, and I decided I would put her green swatches in it and then make the whole background of the rug like clouds, like maybe heaven, like maybe some weathers floating by. I don't know. There it goes. So that's going to appear in a book before long.
And you've got it beautifully framed out on top, too. It reminds me of the Basque fairy tale a little bit. You know, you've got it beautifully framed on top.
Mm-hmm. The scroll on top, and there's one on the bottom, too.
Oh, there's a magic one on the bottom. Well, that makes sense.
And so it's all framed in.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
And so because it had a deadline, and I didn't really have time to finish it the way I thought I was going to, I went to Joanne Fabrics, and I got some beautiful twisted, welted cording, some beautiful satiny thing, and I put it, let's get it real close, put it on the edge of the rug, and I love it. I'm so glad I did it, because it was so easy. Yeah, it was easy and fast.
That's a good tip.
Yeah.
And are you talking, you're not talking about, you're talking about this stuff.
Yes.
The little cord on top.
Cord.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Isn't that nice?
You know, it gives it a real theatrical feel.
I know.
It's a super theatrical rug. Oh, I just love it. I'm really glad you got that tattoo.
Okay, don't trip on the cord.
Holy hell, did you see how close that was?
Yeah, that was good.
I almost knocked my tequila
We almost
down.
lost you all.
Oh, that was good. Should we look at this one here with the sunflowers?
Yes, that's another tarot card. Better in person, of course.
Oh, that is amazing. Is this one of yours?
This is Mary Doig in Canada. She chose to do the sun, and she was the first one finished, and I thought it was one of the most amazing. Hold it up a little higher. There's a sunflower field, and all the sunflowers receding far into the distance. She really got it.
I just Van Gogh
am delighted. I'm delighted to know and love her. She's a very close friend, and we've had some wonderful, wonderful times together.
Wow, look at that color.
I know.
Wow.
Those Canadians, they know what they're doing.
They do. The
They
Canadians
do.
really know what they're doing.
They're much more scholarly when they go to school, I want to mention.
But I feel like they're much freer when they attack.
Well, that's true too, but
Oh,
I love going to Nova Scotia, I'll tell you that. I can't wait to go back.
Well, our friends from Canada who are online are saying that they're probably Justin. He's probably not going to open the border until 2022.
Oh. All right, well, I'm doing a Zoom class for the Nova Scotia Rug Hooking Guild in a couple of months. It's all full, so don't get too excited, but it should be wonderful. And it doesn't mean we can't do other ones.
Yeah. So you have all your classes and stuff on the website?
Mostly.
Okay.
And I have a printed sheet, which I could send out to anybody who requests it.
So if you're looking for a class with Michele, make sure you write to her. I saw a few people say, what's Michele's info? Michele's website, the description with the link is in the description of this video.
Yeah, michellemicarelli.com.
So that's easy to find.
I'm taking a break.
Yep,
Shall
take
I
a break.
freshen you up?
Oh, freshen me up. We got a little bit too icy there. So I'll catch up with the buddies here. Let's see. You got so many wows, Michele. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, Michele's rugs are just over the top. The color, I mean, she's obviously known for her color. This is like one of the many things. Keep those cocktails flowing. Yeah, Jennifer is saying that she loves how you have a magical relationship with your rugs. And I would agree with that. That's why we always talk about books, and there are two books in the work right now, actually 3. But I think this book needs to happen because, as you can see with Michele, every time she's prompted with any word or any phrase, she's got a very romantic and atmospheric story. And I think Michele, more than any other rug hooking artist that I know of, is really her sort of signature thing, besides the color, is putting symbolism into her rugs. So very often her family, very often her husband Anthony, her kids, she uses all kinds of symbolism. And it's not like a color or a flower or a zodiac thing. She, as you've seen so far, she's putting in really curious and unusual things as placeholders for family members. So she's able to read her rugs fluently and say, this is this, this is this, is. And to us, we're just looking at it and seeing this beautiful circus scene and thinking, wow, isn't that an amazing composition? But you don't know that all those stories are embedded in the composition until you talk to her or you read about the rug. So we just need more of these kinds of stories. I forgot through COVID and not seeing her as much as I did before. I forgot, thank you, Rick, that Dempsey, oh, thank you. Finally paid the money he owed me for. Rick, now I get it. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's a funny side story. We're working on that right now. It's so fun to have rugs translated when we're lucky enough to be with an artist like Michele. Michele is a different caliber of artist than most of us will ever aspire to be. But being able to look at her rug and not interpret it ourselves, which is very fine to do if we're looking at fine art or, antiquities in a museum. But isn't it so much nicer to hear her tell the stories of her rugs instead of interpreting them ourselves? I'm getting another drink and maybe I don't need it. So let's see. Oh, thank you, Rita. I promised the kids that I'd wear the peeps until Christmas. And, oh my God, thank God it's not until Christmas. Be rusting up here until Easter. What a treat to hear each story, Carol says. Karen, thank you so much. We can't teach that kind of creativity. Karen, that's a good point. So Karen just said you can't teach that kind of creativity while you were in there making cocktails. Oh. I said, with you, I forgot how much you embed in your rugs, like your story. And you don't use like normal symbolism. Like a person couldn't look at it like they would look at a reliquary or something and go, you know what that means, you know what that means. Your symbols are totally unique. And you know how to unlock them, but somebody looking at them would not know what the snake means or what the foot means, or
right.
So
I want to talk about creativity. Yeah, it's a muscle, and you have to exercise it if you want to strengthen it. So one of the things I do is I I don't do this every day, but I might get up in the morning and choose two completely unrelated items. A pencil and a palm tree. There's no way you can relate those two things. And all day long, I'll think about how I could use those two things together. So maybe it's a baby palm tree and the pencil is going to be the stake that holds it up. Maybe it's a Christmas palm tree and the pencils are going to be made into all kinds of Christmas ornaments. But I always say that there's lots of answers and you're not constrained by size. So maybe it's a palm tree bigger than your house and the pencil is 10 times bigger than your house. So then what are you going to do with them? So there are exercises you can do to make yourself more creative. And one of the things I like to say is there's always 100. Why do I see money up there? Rick sending me money.
They can do a chat and give money, give like a tip for a great show.
Oh, fun. Okay. So another thing is I like to say there's always 100 answers to every question. So for example, if your sink is leaking, everybody knows the answer, call the plumber. But it's Sunday and you're going to pay the weekend fee, the Sunday price. But a creative person will know, maybe I have some wire and duct tape. Maybe I'll just look under there. Maybe I know how to turn the shutoff off. Wouldn't that be brilliant? Or maybe I remembered the guy down the street that I gave some perennials to is a plumber. Maybe I'll go get him and ask him for just a little advice. So I like to say being creative and knowing those 100 answers to your creative life also helps you in your practical life. So a creative person always knows their way out of a jam, in addition to knowing when they're designing a rug, what to do with the rug. And I don't always know right away. I let my rugs develop. As I said with the mermaid, she appeared, where does she live, why is she there? And I learned that from Ray Harrell, to maybe just do part of the rug and then re-examine it. Why is this woman here? Why does she look so sad? You know, why? Oh, she's in New Orleans? What is she doing there? So my woman who was in New Orleans suddenly got skeletons for earrings and, you know, I gave her, she was a black woman. I call her my inner black child. Her name was Ostentatia, by the way.
That's a great name. You know, what you are describing is so important. You're describing a layer of thought in planning that we never talk about when we technically approach a rug project. So she's talking about something abstract. And we say this all the time on this show. You know, some people are more technical than other people. Some people will always go, you know, 80% creative and 20% technical. And some people will go 100% technical and they're going to stick with commercial patterns and that's their interest and that's their comfort zone. You're describing neither. You're describing this layer like a film on top of it where part of the creative part is like it's the in your mind storytelling. It's what actors do when they super annoyingly will say, why is my character, you know, what motivates my character?
Right. So a lot of times if there's a person in my rug, whether you know it or not, I give them a backstory. I want to know where they live, how they ended up in this story that I'm telling, why they're there, what their ethnicity is, what their likes are, what they like to have for dinner. So like an actor, I often am filling in a lot of those blanks so that this person in the rug becomes much more meaningful to me and I know exactly what to do.
So this is a great tip because you do this and your rugs have like a magic quality. So when you do something like this, it's impossible to measure what that approach actually does to your rug. because it obviously does something magical to your rug, but you can't measure it, right? There's so much to be said for what you're describing. I've never thought about it before with like doing rugs.
So a lot of times I draw a rug and I look at it for a month, 2 months, 3 months, and I keep walking by it and thinking, oh, this isn't right. Something else has to happen here. So maybe it's time for a big story.
Yeah.
The goddess rug, the one with my face in the middle and all the circles all around the edge.
Oh my God.
Have a nice trip.
I'll see you next fall.
There she goes. Wait, let me give her some more tequila.
Oh man.
Okay, so this, I call this my goddess rug. So I got this big fat idea. My daughter gave me a goddess calendar for Christmas one year, and I said, oh, I know, I'll make a goddess rug. So what I did, here's a face in the middle, the goddess, and I went out in the yard. I don't know if all of you know this, but I used to weigh about 150 pounds more than I weigh now. I was very heavy, and I didn't want anybody to photograph me. So I set up tripods, I had multiple cameras, I took my picture, and I think the cameras were all faulty because I had a double chin in every picture. So I got very disgusted with all the pictures, and I went and got a picture of myself when I'm 16 years old. And that's the face I traced. And when I traced that face onto this rug, I said, oh, that doesn't seem like me, so serious. But when I was 16, I married my husband, Anthony, and I was serious. I didn't know what was going to become of me. I really didn't know if I was safe because I came from an abusive background. And I was scared, and I looked scared. Now, if you saw my face on a rug, I'm a clown, right? The last rug you saw. So things have changed for me. I've been married over 50 years now, and I fell into the arms of a wonderful man. But that's my face when I was 16. And so I called my friend Wanda Kerr in Canada, and I said, I'm doing a goddess rug. And she said to me, just one sentence changed my life. You know what's really cool? When things start changing into other things. So I had planned on having this whole area all the way around this face be curls, because I have curly hair. I've always had curly hair. And I was just going to make a lot of curls. But I said, wouldn't it be cool if those curls started changing into other things? So first thing, a little higher, I did these peacock feathers. So when I was a young girl, I was the state champion tap dancer in Connecticut. So I was a little bit of a showgirl. I love, as you see, telling stories. So I did the peacock feathers to represent that. And I was studying with a lot of rug hooking teachers right here, all these Paisleys. Those are my rug hooking teachers. And then I drew this universe here. These are all my friends, far and wide, my close friends and my distant friends. And I really feel like I could go anywhere in the world and fall into the arms of rug hookers. I've done it. I've done it hundreds of times. Wherever I land, I'm perfectly happy. So then I hook a few more curls. I immediately get bored with the curls because now I know they can turn into other things. And right up here, a little lower, a little lower, a little lower, a little lower, here's a Luna moth. So one night my husband came home from work and he said, look what I found. And he brought me a moth that was this big. He said, it was laying on the ground in front of the car dealership. I knew you'd want to see it. And I was way into my 40s then and not sure if he really got me. But that night I knew this man understands me. he's bringing me a moth. It was like such a magical moment for me. So there's the Luna moth. As soon as I hooked the Luna moth and did the tails, it created this space above my head. And I thought, oh, third eye. So there's my third eye. If you don't know what that means I'm good at reading people and understanding people. So if you come to my class, I do not want you to hook a rug that looks like my rug. I want to understand you and help you hook a rug that represents you. And I try to read that and help you hook your own rug. So then what's happening here? Oh, Wanda said to me, where are your parents? And I said, you see these stars here? These red stars on the opposite side of my head? Those are my parents. Never on the same side of anything. So that's my little nod to them. More curls, very bored. And as I said, I came from an abusive childhood. And I love the stories of dolphins who save people, who show ships where the shore is, who push children to shore, who follow the sailors along. They're just magical creatures, and they're very, very smart. And these are my 3 brothers and my sister, and they saved me from drowning in that childhood. They were there every minute. They really, really rescued me multiple times, and this is an important thing to me, them. And so down below, a little more, here's my nod to the water. All my rugs almost all have water. I was raised near the water. I swam every day. Few seashells here. And then around the circle of the rug, go back to the tippity top.
Ooh, the dragon.
This is a mandala, this rug. It's a meditation circle. And this is the dragon lady you don't want to meet. This is me. All of these circles are different facets of my personality. Over here, we have the jester. That's the person who's mostly out. That's me. She's got the pennant flags from the castle. The jester was always allowed to point out the flaws of the king. And I feel like that's my role. That I feel free to say what I want. No, wrong way.
Down.
Down, yeah. Over here we have a scarab. The scarab represents to me a survival symbol rising from the flames here. It's backwards on the flames.
It's right for them.
The scarab, I know, it's my hand that's going backwards. The scarab represents to me when people say, you know, if there's a nuclear war, the roaches will still be here. That's my survival symbol. Okay, this is my nod to the ecology. I've always been interested in sun, moon, water, sky, earth. Always, every minute of my life, I'm recycling. I have a solar installation at my house. I drive a hybrid car. I'm all about trying to leave something for my grandchildren. So here we have, wait a minute, where is it? We got another circle here somewhere. Here. This is my hand holding the sun. And this is what I'm talking about when I say being creative, because your creative life has no limits, no gravity, no pain, no sorrow. There's no limits to what you can do in your head and your brain. And so outside of this circle are a few little rose petals, and that's my nod to my McGowan training, because they torture you making the rose the first day. Here's my children. Are they upside down? Let's turn them over.
Oh, yeah. Oh, those faces.
Those babies.
Yeah, we got to get those right here. Let me
and they're kind of in a cabbage patch.
Is that going to work?
Here's my babies. Now there was something I didn't mention in the rug. Let's go, no, this way a little more. See these birds? These are my grandchildren, and they're flying from my children towards me. They were 4 beautiful gifts. And the day I was hooking those birds, this is the part where I cry, I'll try not to. My son called me and he said, my wife and I, Christine, are coming over. We have to have a talk with you. We'll be right there. So I think, what's wrong? Do they need money? Is one of the kids sick? All the horrible things. Are they losing the house? You know, all these horrible things. But when they got here, they said, we're going to take on a little girl. She's the 5th bird. Let's see if I can get, oh, right there. She's the 5th bird, and she's going to join our family. Her mother is going to jail, and we're going to kind of adopt her. She was 8 years old. So although my daughter was done having babies and my son was well clipped, I got a 5th grandchild out of it, and I never thought that would happen. Here she is, Kayla. Kayla's a lovely adult now with baby of her own, and we're very proud of her. So this seems like the end of the whole story, but it's not. There's one more element in this rug, and it's that beautiful circle that goes all the way around the rug. It's dark. It seems first like it's not interesting, but if you look close, there's beautiful colors and things going on there. That's my husband, Anthony, kind of giving me a big hug around the whole rug and keeping me from flying off into the ether, which I could do very easily. So that's my goddess rug, and that was shown at the Strong Woman show in Vermont. And I was very proud to be part of that show, and it was a very special night for me, and I'm sure some of you were there.
That was a total tearjerker. You said you weren't going to do that. You said you weren't going to do that. Oh, man, what a rug that is.
Yeah, thank you.
Holy
mackerel. If you all have goddess rugs, you all have stories. You all have things that happened in your life. And it doesn't have to blatantly be out there. It could just be some symbolic thing. Nobody has to know unless you want to tell them. And
that's the good thing about it, isn't it? It can remain like a secret or a
secret.
Private.
It can be very cathartic
Because it's very personal.
It is personal.
Yeah.
And the only reason I tell it is because I'm a clown.
And it is cathartic.
It is cathartic.
What would you say? I mean, you have achieved a level of Zen in terms of doing this thoughtful planning and symbol choosing. Like, how would you suggest that somebody who doesn't feel like they're a creative person taps into this part of themselves where they can pull these ideas out?
Well, first of all, I would say there's no percentages in doing anything ordinary. I mean, the ordinary things are wonderful to learn by. I did my 12-petal rose. I did my oriental. I did my scenic farm. I did all that. And then I wanted the rugs to have me in them. I didn't see any point in going on and on with more patterns, more ordinary things. I'm about everything that's different in my life, in my home, in my travels.
And you are like you are a remarkably well-balanced person.
Well, thank you, but you don't know me. But
you can be very silly, but you're also super thoughtful and you're super intuitive.
Thank you.
So you are balancing and juggling a lot of things. You know, I feel like this is such good information, but people struggle so much to tap into this in themselves. And I think you gave them a great exercise in choosing, 2 things a day, try to put them together, try to create your own symbols.
Mm-hmm. And a goddess rug doesn't have to have your face in the middle. It could have the world. It could have your home. It could be, your hands. It does not have to be what I did. But although I do like the idea that it's a mandala, because it has those different facets, and you can meditate on it.
And the composition of a circle means that all of those things around the edge are pretty equal.
Right, and that they're moving, they're rotating, that they're not caught, by the edge of anything, or.
That's right. And to belabor the metaphor, when something is a circle, different things are important at different times.
That's very true.
And that's the same with family.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes this one needs something, sometimes that thing, or sometimes a part of you needs something, and sometimes you can shut yourself off and you can just give to someone else who needs it more.
Absolutely.
So the circle is a great symbol.
Yeah.
Eternity,
and
right?
The other thing I want to say is, if someone asks you to do a challenge or a rug for a show or something special, I always, always, always say yes. Now, I never would have hooked a circus poster in my entire life, except that it was a motherhood rug. And I thought, well, what does motherhood mean to me? Well, it's, I even thought it's a big zoo, and I thought about doing a zoo. But the circus poster was right for me. And oddly enough, I could not fit my mother in it. I tried. I drew her in. I took her out. I drew her in. She would not fit in this rug. So what that means to me is she needs her own rug.
Definitely.
So my next rug, I think, might be my mother.
That sounds fair. But that circus rug is so neat because there's like a character on the high wire, which is a huge metaphor in and of itself.
Yes.
And then you've got two characters under it, almost like a trinity.
Like on the ground, anchored. And the one that's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another great metaphor, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's super thoughtful.
Yes.
It's not like you just did that because of the composition. You did it on purpose because you were really thinking about the position of the person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's so clever.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, this is what you do. So I mean, you do color great, you hook great, you do everything great. But for me, the part of you that is like the most important and eternal, and the part that needs to be captured really carefully, like little butterflies pinned, right, is like this part that does all this really creative, thoughtful stuff. Mm-hmm. Because that doesn't translate to other people's work. It's like, pinning a butterfly. Like, you can get different things from different people, and you can learn how to do color or to dye from this one, or somebody else will teach you how to do composition really well, or somebody can correct your hooking if you're just screwing the whole thing up. But what you do is so unique.
Well, thank you. And I want to say that rug hooking is a visual art. It does not have to be perfect. People have to look at it, and they have to feel something. Your loops do not have to be perfect. The back of your rug does not have to be perfect. They have to look at it and feel some kind of emotion. It doesn't have to be a specific emotion, but I know you've looked at some of those rugs where all the backs of the ladies are there and they're on the beach. They're throwing their arms up. Mm-hmm. It makes us all feel something. It's the emotion of the rug that matters to me. And I've judged a lot of rug shows, and I don't care how perfect the loops are. I really don't. What I want to know is, does this rug feel meaningful to me?
I'm really glad you said that. That's so important.
That's what I'm looking for.
And that's the thing. You're a great teacher, and everybody knows you as a teacher. But I agree with that sentiment completely, because I think it's so important to give people a little more space with the being technically perfect thing, and particularly if they're creative people, you have to give them that get out of jail free card to work on the creative part.
And it's a visual art. I mean, look at Deanne Fitzpatrick's rugs. No one would ever say they're technically perfect, but they're emotional. We love them. People pay a lot of money for them. She's famous. She's adored.
She's done great.
She's a fabulous person, and that's what I want. I want people to feel something when they look at a rug, even if they don't know exactly what, just something.
Yeah, well, I mean, your work is super evocative, and it has such a strong sort of fantasy element to it.
Yes, I like fantasy rugs, and I have a rug with a big dragon on it. Is that there?
Yeah. I think that one's there. Let me see.
A flying dragon?
Yeah.
It might be on the trunk if it's not there.
No, I don't think so. Let me see if I can go find it.
It might be laying right on the trunk.
All right. Laying on the trunk.
Oh, that's another group show. Let's show that.
Yeah, you want to show that one?
So a friend of mine said she had hooked a rug with all these animal eyes and she wanted other artists to participate. Judy Carter, I See You, she hooked it, and then she did I See You Too. And she invited a lot of artists to hook animal eyes. And I'm really bad. I said, I'll take whatever one is the smallest.
Mm-hmm.
So I hooked a Bengal cat eye. And when I saw the eye, I said, my goal is to make this eye look wet with wool. Okay. So this is all wool. There's nothing else in here but wool. But I made it look, I feel I achieved that. Making it look 3D and making it look wet.
This is crazy.
So this is my Bengal
This is
cat.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Now, was there some kind of a book or a brochure that went with this show?
I don't think so.
Oh, man.
So I want to say that this show with the large eyes was as big as 2 garage doors. It was huge. And a lot of very wonderful and famous and admire hookers or in the ICU too. I'm sure you can look it up. Judy Carter.
And that's ICU, EYE.
Yes, yes, ICU. So this is me riding a dragon.
All right.
Here comes this rug. Let me move out of the way a little bit. This is called Dragon Rider. I'm on the back of a dragon. Here I am. Guess who the dragon is? This is Anthony.
Of course.
And I have 2 good knees now, but in the past I've had 2 bad knees and could not walk or carry anything. So Anthony took me everywhere and carried all my stuff. Look at the stuff hanging from his neck. All these embellishments. He's got a seashell, a skeleton key, a sack of stuff with stuff coming out of it. He's got jewelry. So he was just taking me anywhere I wanted to go. And we were moving fast and furious in this big sunset. And we were going to rescue something somewhere. I don't know what. I still haven't figured it out. But we are on a mission. So let's show the scene behind it, underneath it. So there's water. There's near water, nice and blue. And there's distant water, a little darker. That's a lesson you could learn. Light things come forward, dark things fall back. There's some beautiful rocks down here. Can you see them? Let's come. Oh, there. Look at those rocks and trees. And we're just over this big, big landscape. There's farmers' fields here. And we are on some sort of mission. If anybody knows where we're going, let me know. But it's very important. Whatever it is, it's urgent. So there we go. And I don't know. Maybe I'm rescuing myself. I'm not sure. But I've got my dragon wings there and off we go.
You know, that's so funny that you said that because I was just going to ask you, with the stories that go with your rugs, if there's ever one that's incomplete.
Yes, this one is, I don't know. I just am not quite sure what our mission is.
Interesting.
Maybe this is it. Maybe tonight was the mission.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's like, yeah. Or maybe it's like the hokey pokey, and that's all there is. No.
What if the hokey pokey really is what it was all about?
I think it was. I think that's a metaphor for life. But this has been great. People are leaving all kinds of comments. Because I think.
What are they saying?
Well, I mean, everybody's saying that they thought that you were just going to talk about technical stuff and how to hold a hook,
you know,
and
how
stuff
to hold
like
a
that.
hook.
But they're loving that you're telling stories and that you're interpreting your rugs. And It's way more interesting. It's way more interesting.
That's some other teacher that tells you how to hold a hook. That's not me.
Exactly, exactly. But people are loving hearing the stories behind the rugs. Rita said that one blows you away. The one on the dragon reader, right?
Yeah, rider.
Yeah. Rider, is that what that one's called?
Yeah, dragon rider.
Oh, that is so good. She's Kira's asking what size hook, what kind of hook do you use?
I use a Miller hook.
Yeah.
I hold it like a pencil.
Yeah.
And I hook 3, 4, and 5 cut. When I get to 6 cut, my hand is not happy.
It's just too much pulling through.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you always work on linen.
I always work on linen. It's easier on your hands. And yeah, you could leave that open maybe. We're getting warm. I always work on linen, and I import the linen, and it's especially woven for rug hookers. And Anthony's going to go get a bolt of linen.
It's like he got that cue.
Oh,
yeah,
there he goes.
The linen is so different because it's super soft, but it's not hairy.
Right, it has no finish on it, and it does not have a lot of hairs that poke through.
Yeah, that makes a big
An
difference.
occasional one, but yeah.
It's not good when the hairs poke through.
Yeah. Exactly.
So he's going to get some linen. I'm so glad.
And you could see the linen on my website. And the more you buy, the more of a discount you get.
That's right. So if you know you're going to go crazy, you might as well get a whole bolt.
Yeah,
right?
or 5 yards. Or
at least 5 yards goes so fast.
I'm going to show you some of my patterns. This was one of the first rugs I ever hooked. This is a Scotty pattern, and I hooked this because my father had hooked rugs at the VA hospital, and this was one of the rugs he hooked.
Oh, man.
And that rug was destroyed in a hurricane. No, a tornado, which ripped the roof off my mother's house. It wet this rug. This was before I was a rug hooker. And I thought, well, that's okay. I'll just throw it in the washer. And you know what came out? Shreds and more shreds. And I didn't know how to fix it. But later on, when I became a rug hooker, I found that pattern and I hooked it in the colors I remembered. What does it say?
Let's see your Anthony.
Oh, they want to see Anthony. Here he comes. He's going to show the linen. Okay. All right, so get behind my shoulder. Oh, here he is. Look how adorable he is. Who wouldn't love this man?
Married over 50 years.
I know.
How is that even possible?
I don't
you
know.
weren't 16. You were like 6.
Yeah, I can't be that old. Anyway, and he was 10. Exactly.
Yeah, it all makes sense now.
Thank you, honey.
Yeah, all Romeo and Juliet.
He brought, it was Romeo and Juliet. Where do I begin?
Oh, that's a good one.
So he brought the linen in. This is the natural linen, hairless, woven just for me, imported. So wherever you buy linen, you're probably buying this linen.
You know, unless they're getting it, I don't want to say any other names, but sometimes there are other places and it's a lot stiffer.
It's stiffer and it has a finish on it, but this is really, truly natural linen. And I also have ivory linen in case you use a light box or you do a lot of punch needle. This is perfect.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So
it's a nice even weave. And it's a wonderful product. You could see it on my website, michelemiccarelli.com. So here comes this is the tightrope walker.
Are you feeling better? Here's the tightrope walker.
Yes, I'm sorry. My tummy wasn't doing that great.
Oh,
Here's
man.
my daughter, Michelle.
Get you better. There's
She
text in the way.
was the tightrope walker on the Circus Rug.
There we
And the snake around my arm on the Mermaid rug.
You got your Cape May sweatshirt on.
Yes, we love Cape May.
Because you're going to go teach at Cape May soon, right? Are you going to go this year?
Yeah.
Yeah. When are you doing that?
That's in September.
There we go. Oh, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Michelle draws all the patterns. And here are some of them. I'm going to do the shameless promotion.
Do it.
Mrs. Egna.
Okay, let's go real close.
And my granddaughter took this photo and we turned that into a pattern.
Wow.
Here is a little segment of a peacock pattern that I have that Eric Sandberg hooked the magnolia, which is so expertly hooked, it takes everybody's breath away.
And I'm behind you with a giant
Peacock.
pattern.
It's not done, but
not
it's
finished, but
underway.
that's what I worked on
All
most
day.
of the day.
And yesterday.
Giant
This is-
peacock. Bless you.
Excuse me. This is the royal peacock. This is a big pattern with a big
That's a big pattern.
big border.
Yeah, it's bigger than me.
Holy moly.
Let me see if I could find the photo of that.
That's
I
a
have it.
that's a holy moly's.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
a big
Here's
guy.
one. No, that's not it. She's got the photo. Just
Right
drop
here.
that and pull it out.
No, it's socks. It's under socks.
Oh my gosh, look who else is here.
Oh, the pretty little girlie. I got a puppy.
Come on.
Everybody needs a puppy.
Thank you.
Come on, baby. You want to come up?
Here's another one of my patterns. This is the Impressionist iris pattern.
That's gorgeous.
A lot of people have done this. This is a real gem. How about the black and white in the folder?
I'm looking for the Oh, it's behind you.
Okay. Here is the peacock painting. This is a different peacock rug. Peacock painting, expertly hooked by, I can't tell you. Oh, Delane Miller.
Gorgeous.
I think she's Canadian, not sure.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
I love the blue with the red.
She changed the border, which I approve of.
Isn't that nice? You do approve of that.
Yes, always.
Okay, good. That's good to
This
hear.
is a black and white of my sunflower garden. Here is
Oh, this one's amazing.
unbelievable, the Mad Hatter Tea Party. Oh, there's the Mad Hatter in the middle, the mushrooms, the Queen of Hearts, the Dormouse,
Dormouse, definitely.
the
Yeah, you got it.
the
It's
hare,
hard with the
the
reverse.
the March hare,
The March hare, yep.
Humpty Dumpty.
Oh, yep. Oh, the
and
Cheshire Cat.
The Cheshire Cat.
And that smoking caterpillar.
Yes, the smoking a hookah.
That's it.
Remember what the dormouse said. Feed your head.
Forgot about that. Ah, that is a great one. Now, that's a big pattern, right?
Big.
Yeah, that's a biggie.
It's a wide pattern,
Yeah.
kind of narrow.
Oh, I bet you have pictures.
Here's my gorilla. He's hanging in the other room.
Sorry.
He is also Anthony. Anthony is a very hairy Italian man. So I grew very fond of gorillas in my teenage years because I just thought he looked exactly like
With the nice soft eyes like Anthony, too.
a silverback who's guarding the family. But the first time I saw him in the bathtub, I just couldn't believe how hairy he was. Here's my father's childhood home. This is called Cotton's house.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, you do it.
Yeah, let me do it. Make
Cotton's
sure it
house.
comes into focus first.
There we go.
Oh, isn't that gorgeous?
That's a shotgun house in central Alabama on a cotton farm. And it's still there.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's where he grew up.
That's where he grew up.
And how many brothers and sisters did he have?
He was 4 kids.
Okay.
He had a brother and 2 sisters.
And was his life like a super outdoor, sporty, hunting, fishing?
No, plowing fields,
Okay.
blistered hands. Yeah. And he joined the Navy before he was of age. He lied about his age and joined the Navy.
Oh, that was a classic at that time.
Here's Starry Night.
Starry Night.
I have a pattern for that.
You know, just like rug hookers, people said to Van Gogh and the Impressionists that they were not painting well. right? That their technique was not good enough.
Things have to change. Things have to change. And one of the reasons he painted like that, they believe, is because he had cataracts.
Oh, interesting.
And so he was seeing a lot of halos around starlight and lights.
Oh, it's tragic.
Here's what do we call this, Michelle? Day of the Dead dog.
Yeah, that looks right.
Mexican Day of the Dead pattern.
Yeah. Day of the Dead dog. Did you do Trace Gatos?
No, let's see it.
Oh, that's so nice.
This is a very popular, big seller. Tres Gatos, 3 cats.
That is really nice.
Very whimsical. Fish
The mice
and
and the
mice.
fish.
And yeah, that's a lot of fun to hook. Not too complicated.
That's real cute.
And if you have 3 kids, this is the rug for you, or 3 boyfriends, whatever works out for you.
That's right. Everything in threes.
So here we have the Magnolia panel.
Yeah. Let's get it in focus.
And I dyed the wool for that. Little painted pieces of white with color on the edges. Here's an extremely bad picture of a phoenix rug. Oh, it's showing up pretty good on here.
Yeah, it's showing up great. That's real pretty.
This is a big, beautiful rug.
Did you do Klimt pillow?
Nope.
Klimt pillow.
Here's the Italian vase.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
This is gorgeous.
You know, that looks like stone.
Yes.
That whole thing looks like stone.
I know.
It's supposed to.
Oh, now I'm getting it. That really is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Let's show that one close up. Look at that. It's crazy how it looks like stone. Come on in focus.
This is, I'm gonna show
That's the
this,
real
'cause
place
this
for
is
spot
one of
dyes.
my favorites.
Here's a Florida Flamingo.
That's a nice pattern, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a super cheerful one.
Yes, a lot of color.
You know, it has that nice folky element because the flowers are they're in the foreground, but they're so
outsized,
big.
yeah.
Compared to the flamingo.
Yeah.
That's nice to see.
Oh, so here's what I was looking for.
Mm.
A nice picture of the Impressionist. No,
This is the one that Michelle was working
the
on all
Royal
day.
Peacock. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the huge one that Michelle Jr. just held up. It's
Yeah.
bigger than she is.
Oh, but she's not that big.
So pretty.
Good job. That was Lynn.
Yeah,
Lynn in
let's see.
Virginia.
Lynn in Virginia. That is a really good job, Lynn in Virginia. That's
Here's
astonishing.
A tattoo.
Ooh!
A dragon tattoo.
There's
I'll be
not a
right
lot
back.
of tattoo, like hooked rug tattoo patterns out
No.
there. There's not a lot at all, and I've looked for them.
That owl tattoo, that's,
Yeah, no,
I
that's
love-
not a rug.
remember, we can make it
Nope,
a rug.
nope,
No? Okay.
She on the move. She looking for some patterns. So let me catch up here. They're looking for a couple of things. Let me say hi to all the buddies. Oh, lost my chair. Let's see.
Yeah.
Hey, buddies.
Who's here?
Oh
Who's
gosh, there's so
here?
many people here. It's crazy. Donna, Rita, thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you, Karen, Robin. Michelle just went on the move. She'll be right back. Let's see. I want to be sure we're not missing any questions while we're doing this. I know, Relda, isn't that so true? They've been together so long, and it's super happy couple. It's an inspiration. It's a huge inspiration.
Did you do
Jay, you see your
Impressionist
glass lamp?
Iris?
Her furniture is crazy.
Yeah.
Impressionist, yeah, the
Okay,
iris.
Here's one that was done.
Yeah, and we got to show some of that. You have to see some of Michelle's wool because she's really well known for her wool too.
Oh,
Look,
okay.
you want me to show that
well,
one?
somebody did that one. Hooked
Oh,
it. So
oh,
it's
isn't that
cute.
nice? Hooked by Annie Homer, or it could be Annie. That makes a bit more sense, doesn't it? Is that? Isn't that pretty? That is really, really happy. You know, that is so. The colors in that are a bit different. I like it. It's
They
unexpected, and it's almost like an
and
evening.
Some of them hooked them with the black background, like
Ooh.
at night.
Ooh.
It's really, really cool.
Oh, it's so nice when people strike out and do different stuff, isn't
Yes,
it? You get like so
yeah.
many nice versions. Here she comes. Let me get out of the way.
Oh no, I'm good.
Oh, what's this one? You didn't.
Oh,
you
that's
didn't
the
show
nebula. That's here. Alicia.
Oh, that is amazing.
The nebula right on top of the
It's
jewels.
right here.
Honey, you're not chewing the cord, are you, little one?
So,
the cord.
I've been very
Chewing the cord.
fascinated by the things that the Hubble telescope is sending back.
Oh, isn't that so true?
Here's one of the nebulas. Let's see. Let me see if I can get it going the right way. Here it is. It's called the Eagle Nebula because right in the dead center, there's a little figure there. Right there. It almost looks like there's an eagle flying in the middle of it. Right in the dead center. Am I in the right spot?
Yeah,
Let's
you're
see.
good. Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
There it is. See the eagle?
Yeah.
Okay, so I decided that it would be a good idea to hook this. I don't know
So,
why. Come behind
drum
me.
roll, please.
Here's the rug. Here's the rug. Here's the rug.
I mean, that is crazy. It
And
matches
there's
your
my
top
eagle.
too.
Yeah. So
That's
I've done a
absolutely
couple
crazy.
of nebulas and I plan on doing more. Alicia has picked out one that looks almost like an embryo. Don't turn that light up. I won't look pretty.
Oh, look at all that sparkly stuff.
I know.
Wow. Let me see if I
It's
can bring the
all
camera
jewels.
closer. Let me see.
Or maybe Alicia could look.
No, she's good. Okay. See all that sparkle. Oh, is it jewels? It's like, yeah, you got jewels in there, huh?
Yeah, there are
Yeah.
beads, sequins, sparkly threads, sparkly yarn, all kinds of stuff in there. And I don't usually put any of that stuff in till the very end. And then it becomes very hard for me to stop.
Look at all these colors. This is why you're so well known. Now, this is not like one of your normal cuts. This is really wide.
Well, because I often hook from a scrap bag. And
Alright.
if it's right, I stick it in there.
That's really nice. That is really nice. Sorry.
And there's the, oh no. And
That
there's
is
the
really
real
nice.
thing. So I think I did pretty good.
You did pretty damn good. You sure did.
That
Oh,
was
I
an
just
exciting
want to
thing.
show the nighttime iris.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, let's do that. So yeah, we were just saying, you know, the different versions of the flowers. We just saw the one with the like, cobalt blue, which could have been early evening. This is proper evening, and you know it has that evening feel the way it's hooked, doesn't it? Do you know who hooked this one?
Sunset. In
No,
the
that's the
back and
actual
the
painting.
Oh,
Nice.
that's the actual painting. It does. It gives you that like dusky feeling.
And you see there's trees off, the black part are trees in
Yeah.
the distance.
Yeah.
And then the sunset is just peeking over the last,
Oh God,
the
it's so
last
good.
light. Yeah,
Because you love your gardens and your flowers.
I
don't
do.
you?
And pretty soon, we're almost ready.
Yeah. Anything coming up yet?
Yes.
Yes.
We have crocus, we have daffodils blooming, and we have a lot of stuff showing it's going to bloom soon.
It's a coming.
I'm excited about that
I
because
can't believe
spent
it.
a lot of time in the yard.
I know. I'm just worried that we're hitting this like freezing, like literally freezing
No, it's
spell.
fine.
Is it?
Yeah, everything that's up is going to be fine.
These little ones are dying to get on camera.
Yeah.
This is the one you call the Kraken, the little fluffy puffy circus dog. Now let's show some of your wool because your
yeah.
wool is just crazy. Let me get some of it. You sit down. Let me get
All
some
right.
of it. Oh my God.
She
Here's a
keeps
stack
tripping over
here.
the
Tripping on the damn
wire.
cord. Sorry.
Oh,
All right.
she keeps scaring me. She
I'm
keeps
sorry.
tripping.
And yet I keep recovering. It's amazing. How many times?
Oh, like
All right, so let me put it here and then I'll bring the camera over. Like, look at this. Get ready to get stomach cramps, everybody.
Oh, but
Get in
you
focus.
can't really see them till you open them
You know
up.
you can't. Let's do that.
Let's open some of them up.
Holy
There we
moles.
go.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
How
and
pretty is that?
a lot of them have names. This one is Santa Fe spot dyed.
Yeah, that is gorgeous. Nice soft colors. Look at that. I mean, they're bright, but it's like a tie-dye, but very unexpected colors.
Here's a crazy trans color. This one doesn't have a name.
This is so bright. I wish the camera. We're a little bit dim here because we're in cocktail mode, but this is super bright, very very intense and vivid, fiery. It is. It's like a crazy stone.
And
Now, what are
then,
these fat quarters?
No, these are long quarters.
Okay.
Nothing makes me happier than water, so I dye a lot of beautiful blues
That's
that
beautiful.
look like water to me.
That's beautiful, and there's so many different ones too.
And I teach water and sky classes, which I love, because some of my best student works have come out of those classes.
Yeah, these are gorgeous.
I love this. This is burnt maple.
Oh, that is super folly. That is real pretty, isn't it? And it's a little bit light on this side.
Yeah.
Isn't that gorgeous? That's super gorgeous. Oh, they're so pretty. The
Yeah.
camera's never going to get how pretty
And
they are.
And I do custom dye. If you send me a pattern, I'll dye all the wool, I'll label it, and I'll send it back. It doesn't have to be my pattern. It could be your pattern, somebody else's pattern.
Yep.
But that's what we
It's a
do.
great
Right.
reason to.
This
Ah.
isn't gonna pick up what these
Ah.
colors are, but
Wow, it is. It's like sort of lime green, raspberry, and then we get into the red grape, and then your blue, your watery colors again. That is really pretty. Oh, it is super pretty.
Thank you.
They're all real pretty. Oh, I like that one too, Michelle.
this,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's the same one.
Is that the same one?
Yeah.
But it's a different.
It's a little bit
It's a
different.
different
Yeah.
slice of the same piece.
Gosh, it reminds me of like watered silk. When they pull the threads
yeah,
and it looks
yeah.
a little bit like, it's the pattern is bleeding a little bit. It looks just like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that people pay a lot for, watered silk. Oh, I have that one. I've got like 4 or 5 of this series, right?
This is a technique I call, it's almost like confetti dyeing, where you throw a lot of stuff on the wool and let it bleed. So it might be silk ties, selvages, your snips,
Yarns.
yarn, and on the other side it looks completely different.
Yeah, totally different. It's almost like
Yeah.
like an Art Deco rock with veins running through it.
Those
Confetti
are fun
dyeing.
to do and involve no dye at all. So if you ever want to learn to dye, I do big fun dye days, and get a group together and book me for a big fun dye day.
That sounds like a great day, huh?
Dye till you drop, I call it.
That's perfect. Boy, those are nice too, the dark ones.
Yes, who doesn't love a good brown?
Well, I mean, everybody needs
I
that
just
winter
wanna
foliage.
say these are the same.
Dyes applied to the wool in a different technique. This is what you learn on the dye
Exactly
day.
What I wanted to
So
say.
this is a wandering method, and this is a transcolor method, where the dyes are applied to the wool a little differently. These are the exact same dyes.
Totally different result.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is real pretty. It's real light over on this side.
yeah.
Yeah, that's totally different. And very mossy on the other side. Oh, wow, look at that.
She's looking at this one. Open that up.
That is real pretty. They're all real
Sunny
pretty.
days.
Oh,
D-A-Z-E.
man.
Yeah, I love to dye. I love to dye as much as I love to hook.
I'm getting sunny days. Sorry, that's going over here with the book. Sunny days is coming home with mama. All right, look at this nice pile over here. Look at that. I see like carnelian
Oh,
today. It's
these
crazy.
yellows.
It's crazy.
So I have the whole color wheel.
Yeah. You
So
sure do.
just if you need something, let me know.
Yeah, these are all. They're just gorgeous. They're just
Yeah.
gorgeous.
There's a nice red one down there, Michelle.
There's a nice red one over there.
Yes, that was.
Whoa.
Somebody was using this on a Christmas stocking, and he said to me, "Can you get red and green on the same piece of wool?" I said, "I don't know. I'll try."
Yeah, if you're a genius, you can. I can. You can't. Right? You didn't say that. You're too nice. That is so pretty. That could, and that's so nice for Christmas because it's unexpected. It's not like the straight
He
red.
hooks Christmas stockings for veterans.
Oh, come on. Does he?
Yeah.
Does he make it known so people can help him out? Oh, come on. He's got to spread the word.
All right.
Come on.
Next time,
Get him
we do
going
this,
so we'll
yeah.
advertise it. There's somebody who does, she's doing like punching on denim for like foster girls, like foster kids, usually girls. So yeah, we try to centralize our project. So when people are doing something great, other people can join in. Because a lot of people have time,
Yeah.
and want to do something
Yeah.
really nice. Because you hook and you hook and you hook and then you want to do something different that makes you feel good,
Yeah.
Oh,
I approve.
man. All right. Well, let's see. Do we have any more fun for them? I mean, should we try to walk over to the studio and stuff?
Well, if you want, we can give it a shot.
Let's give it a shot. So we're gonna go
walking around.
We're gonna walk on the wild side. Yeah, we're gonna take a walk through the house. I'll turn the camera around. There's no reason, in theory, Murphy's Law, right? Shut up. There's no actual reason why the thing should shut off.
Okay.
But if it does, you know that we love you and it's been a great night. But I don't think it's going to shut off. So let's see. So I'm going to unplug and get my boobs out of the camera.
I could follow you.
That might have killed it. In that 1 second.
Oh, okay.
I can't believe it. Yeah, the camera just came out when I lifted it up.
Okay.
Seriously.
Okay. Well, we warned them.
Really? What if I undid this?
We're saying we are back. We are back.
Oh, we're back?
Voice is back.
I can hear you. We back.
We back.
Voice is back.
What time is it?
Well, it's almost 9.
All right, I think it's time for us to say good
All
night.
right, so you know what? That didn't work. Murphy got us.
Yes.
But we had, if you can hear us, you can see my boobs, you can see Michelle having a drink.
Yeah.
That is a good sentiment. I think that's super appropriate. Cheers, my dears. It was a great night. Please remember that Michelle's link is in this video. You can go straight to her site. Tell them the site again.
MichelleMicarelli.com.
Easy peasy. And all of the things that you've seen tonight, all of the patterns, everything.
The books.
Yep, the books. Remember, if you want the Exploring the Tarot book, there are only 6 copies now.
6 copies left.
That's right. Somebody already asked for one. Send Michelle, what's the best thing? Send you a message.
Yeah, amicarelli@snet.net, or from my website, there's a contact. You just click on it and you can send me a message.
Send her a message. So we are sending our love. Happy weekend.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yep.
I love phone calls.
I'm reading.
203-387-8690.
Good.
I'm going to repeat it. 203-387-8690. I love to talk. I don't love to write.
In other words, she really does prefer to get a phone call than to get an email.
Yes.
So don't have any hesitation or awkwardness about calling.
Right.
She would way prefer a call.
Okay.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Sending our love. Be careful.
Love
be
you all.
safe.
Good night.
And we will see you on Monday, 12.